Welcome back to the Valley, the old farm, and doing something a bit different today. We are going to be planting some oilseed radish, which I haven't done in possibly in FS22, certainly in a very long time. And we're going to be using this weeder slash mulcher slash seeder from Agromaz because it's a mulcher harrow thing. It kind of acts as a direct drill because I guess all you're doing is planting a cover crop. So there's quite a lot of fields that we want to put this in. I've done the planting plan for next year, and a lot of stuff doesn't need to be planted until spring. So there are in fact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields that don't need to be planted until spring. So all of those are going to get a cover crop in. Because I'm not playing with precision farming, I thought this was a nice way of getting a bit of free fertilizer. It'll stop the weeds growing, and decided to just lease it because it is an experiment and it might go wrong. So, and this is probably just going to be a plant these, return it because seed them. We can't use it to plant the actual seed plant. We can't use it to put in the actual crops we need to put in. And they're not going in until spring anyway. We do have, how many fields is it? 1, 2 fields of barley to plant and a field of alfalfa that I want to plant in the next few videos. I guess I'm also going to buy some seed to stick on the back of the John Deere so that we can plant all these fields without having to keep running back to the farm. That's why I've got the Kubota here. Yeah, I thought this would be something different to do. We're also going to start getting the grass and the alfalfa cut today. Grass, I'm going to do half alfalfa. You can't turn grass into alfalfa. Half hay, half silage. The alfalfa we will probably do as silage, but I'm not certain. Have a look at that. And yeah, the smaller grass field that we've got, I'm going to plant as swap over to alfalfa because we have way more grass than we need and not enough alfalfa. Now we've got Maize Plus running, so that'll be that. Have I said that this coming year will probably be the last year on here as I start to collapse the number of saves that we're playing? I think it will anyway. We'll see. That's going to take me quite a while anyway, so I think by the time we get to the end of the year on here, we'll be close to FS25 coming out anyway. So yeah, what I'm working on doing, as I've spoken about in a few videos, is getting to less and less saves so we can try and wrap things up on all of them. And yeah, that's the plan. We'll see how we're going. We might do a few more. I don't know. Anyway, let's head over to one of the fields in the 60s and we'll start getting some oilseed radish planted. In fact, no, first thing we're going to do is go get a weight because this front end is very light. This is surprisingly heavy. And the nice thing about an implement like this is it's got a huge working width. Obviously, it's very limited on what you can plant. I think this has grass, oilseed radish, and maybe canola. I always find it weird that they plant canola as well. I guess it plants things that have very small seeds. And maybe don't need to go that deep. I'm guessing is the other criteria. I don't know. Not a farmer, but enjoying the fact that I can have a 7 and a bit meter plant, seeder, implement for putting seeds in the ground that doesn't require a huge amount of power. And that's what I was after. And will direct drill. It may or may not be cheaty, but I just went through what was on ModHub and found something that would let me achieve the job that I wanted to achieve. That was something I hadn't used before. I did look at the Cochlear. Stop laughing at the back, children. And that was an option. But I have that on the Maize Plus Pig Farmer series. And I've used it on a few others. This was different. And I'd be, something to do. So today, Giants released the preview of Riverbend, the American map on... Oh, we have an issue coming up here, actually. The implement is skipping. I had forgotten when I started. This has adjustable working height, and it's currently set at the maximum. So I remember in a bit when it skips a huge chunk just up here. And this is adjustable with the mouse, or I guess I adjust it with, I think I adjust it with the mouse, or it would be whatever the front loader controls are if you're on console. If this is on console, I'm not sure. Yeah, they've released a preview, more preview images of Riverbend Farm. Pictures look kind of cool. I had a quick scan through them. I've not read the blog yet. What I was excited about was the picture of that old John Deere. I think it was an 80s or 90s John Deere. It looks cool. We do have a soft spot for those. By we, I mean me. I am not a plural. No, I have a soft spot for them. Language is hard sometimes. Words are complicated. I have to use a lot of them. I have to use more than I like sometimes. So yeah, I'm kind of excited by that. I really, really hope, Giants, are you listening? I really hope they have actual realistic sounds and they don't just sound like every other tractor that Giants put in the game. Give them a bit of character. Give them a bit of throat and, yeah, you know what I mean. Make them sound deep and throaty. Yeah. Yep. Make me want to turn the game sound on. That would be good. That would be good. Yeah. I've not watched anyone else's videos yet. I think FSG put a video out that was implying maybe third person view, because there's a picture of the character from third person. Maybe that's going to be as standard in 25. That would be quite nice. It's quite nice sometimes doing third person view stuff, not in the vehicle. Something that's been on PC forever anyway, either as a mod or through easy dev controls, but not on console. Now maybe Giants have been able to add that because no old consoles. So yeah. That would be cool. And it's funny, I was only talking in, I think it was a video for the patrons, that there had been a lack of update on anything FS25 related. Very freaky. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Other thing that I was talking about in that video, and I'm kind of curious to ask you guys, what's the little thing that you would like to see in FS25? So not a big feature, needs lots of work. The little thing for me was small changes to the animal feeding, so stuff that Giants can do in, assuming that it's the same as FS22 and FS19, small changes to the XML for the animal feeding, and alternative things for bedding, so maybe things like wood chips for bedding. What's your little thing that Giants could change? That, you know, and little thing, easy thing that Giants could add to FS25 that you think could make the game either a bit more playable or better quality of life. I'm interested in what people think about that. Yeah. And if you haven't pre-ordered FS25, don't forget to use my partner code. QR code for that will be up on the screen, or will have been up on the screen. And yeah, and also, actually on that, so the way that works is it's based on the amount of revenue I generate for Giants over an 18-month period. And because it's over an 18-month period, I'm slightly further away from Bronze Partner. So if you're waiting to pre-order, thinking it doesn't matter, hit the button now, because the sooner I get across the line, I'm not getting further away. So yeah. Also, thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. It's been growing again lately, which is really nice. It kind of ebbs and flows, and it's grown again, which is really cool. Yeah, really appreciate all of the support there. And a little bit of Terra Life stuff. So if you didn't watch Terra Life stream this week, there were some pretty solid spoilers in there. We talked about the release date for Terra Life, so if you want to know that, you can go back and watch the replay. It's on YouTube. We talked about some FS25 related stuff. That was kind of cool. Some collaborations for FS25. I'm very excited. Some pretty hefty spoilers in there about that. there were a bunch of modders that appeared that were chatting. It was very cool. It was very good fun. So yeah, I'd say it's worth watching the replay, because I'm not going to tell you all of the details, but there were some pretty solid spoilers. Did some harvesting of canola with the Terra Life textures, so it showed off a bit of that, bit of Terra Life crop destruction. I don't know what number it is at this point, but yeah, it was good. It was good fun. I didn't get lost just then. Nope, not at all. I know my way around my own farm. And I'm going to get rid of the fence around this grass field. I had forgotten this was a feature, and it'll make life just that much easier. I think if you were using like expandable pastures, having the fences would be cool, because you could have a fence around your pasture, but for what we're doing, not needed at all. So we're going to top up the seed in here, and I'm going to stick this on coarse plate, and I'm going to get some mowing done, because that's what I want to do. Otherwise this would just be a video of me doing a bunch of seeding. And I've done a few videos this week where I've just done the one job, and I thought a bit of variety would be nice. It's also very hot. It was very hot while I was recording this. It's very hot while I'm doing the commentary, and I've just turned the fan off to do this bit because it sounds better, I think, hopefully. We've been having some audio quality issues in the last week or so. Microphone's been doing some interesting things, and my voice is not the best anyway. It's still from wish.com. Haven't been upgraded yet. Maybe we'll go for AliExpress one day. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, let's get courseplay set up and get some seeding done. Some more seeding done. So we've got these two fields, and then basically almost all the fields that we own across the top of the map, except one. One of them is going to get barley in it, but it's the one with the sugar beets that we haven't harvested yet. So yeah, that's got to wait a little while, obviously, because we can't plant barley into the sugar beets because the sugar beets need harvesting. So I've grabbed the mowers. We're going to start off on the smaller grass field that we just opened up. I'll use coarse play to harvest the bigger one. Quick cooling off break later. It's so hot here today. It's not supposed to be hot. It started out relatively cool today. It started out really overcast actually, and it was really bad for my head. It started out like I was going to have an awful headache all day. That's cleared off, but with the clearing off of the overcast and the pressure that was giving my head problems, we have blue skies, burning sunshine, and heat. And I do not like heat. Do not like it. I need to go for a run still today. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to get time to fit that in today, but we'll see. We will see. Anyway, not a problem if I don't. Might have to be very, very early tomorrow morning. Anyway, trying to get this grass field mowed. I had hoped that with removing the fence I could mow more of the headland, but I'd forgotten that the grass on the headlands here is the kind of grass that doesn't leave a swath. But that's absolutely fine. Doesn't bother me at all. We're still getting a decent amount of grass off. We're still going to get a decent amount of grass off. This is the field I'm going to TED for hay, because I don't use that much hay in feeding animals, but I want to have more stored up just in case. We don't have that much maize silage, and I used to use a lot more maize silage in my feeding, and we have a lot more different types of animals than I would normally have, because normally I would just have cows, and we have sheep, we have horses, we have chickens. Chickens don't eat hay. We have pigs. Pigs don't eat hay, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so more hay, more better. We have more, well, we will have more than enough grass silage anyway. I think we've got a lot of grazing buffer. The cows have got a lot of grazed food, because the cow pen can store a huge amount of food, and I don't have that many cows. It's got a lot of storage. Yes, Giddy, and I've got the dogs around me, and Giddy's very grumbly because it's hot. The dogs don't like the hot either. Yeah. got a lot of stored food in the grazing element of the cow pen. This heat is scrambling my brains. I think we're going to get this video finished and we're going to take a nice break and cool off a little. Actually waiting for an Amazon order to arrive, and I've got just about time to finish this. I think it's one of those Amazon orders. So it started off, delivery was going to be at 2 p.m. Then it moved to 3 p.m. Now it's at 4 p.m. Yeah. I don't know how their order tracking system works, whether it's that the delivery person is running late or Amazon reschedule the delivery order as it goes, but it's very annoying. Very annoying. Yeah. So I've been actually having more fun in Farm Sim lately. So I've spoken about it a few times. Farm Sim, I've been playing Farm Sim now for me for quite a long time, constantly for a game other than Battle Pirates. So Battle Pirates is a game that I've spoken about quite a bit, and I've played on and off, almost more off than on lately now for probably going on 11 or more years. But for the last, how many years is it now? I want to check because I don't want to get it wrong. How many years have I been doing this thing now? Let's have a look. Let's load up the old YouTube content. No, not analytics content. Sort by date. Because I deleted a lot of the non-Farm Sim stuff. Because it was kind of pointless. So I shouldn't take too many pages to get to Farm Sim. Well, there's more pages than I thought of not Farm Sim. I think it's all unlisted, so you can't go find it. That's the first one. So for over 4 years, almost every day, I have released a Farm Sim video. And that means for almost 4 years, every day, I have made a Farm Sim video. And that for me is quite a consistency feat. Then there have been times, and I've spoken about them, where I've enjoyed playing the game less. But at the moment, I'm enjoying playing the game quite a lot, to the point where I've been playing it to not make content. Now, it was on a content-related save. It was the Vintage Oak save, but I just went and played. And that's been really good fun. And that, for me, is very different. I did get to the point a few times, and I've spoken about it, where I would load up, play the game enough to make the video, and that was it. And I've had long periods of time where I will only play Farm Sim whilst enjoying it to make content. And I'm now in a phase where I'm choosing to play Farm Sim, and I actually was considering having a second farm on the Vintage Oaks for fun. And that's awesome for me. I'm really excited about FS25. That old John Deere tractor's got me even more excited about the possibilities for FS25. The stuff we were speaking about on the Terra live stream about collaborations with the farming agency and other modders has got me really excited. Projects that other modders are working on, which are going to be mostly for FS25, has got me really excited. The Vintage Oaks has really breathed the style of farming that I'm doing on there. Really like, even though I've got a big farm, because typically I like smaller farms, and I tend to find that I enjoy playing saves more at the start, and that's not just the map hype. I like small farms. I like having, typically, and I don't have that on the Vintage Oaks, I like having a couple of tractors, a few small fields, some animals, and just, that's what I like. And I tend to find that as I play, I progress away from that. It's like Saxthorpe had done that. Saxthorpe was huge. Greenlands was the £10 million debt challenge. That was a huge farm, and It was a lot of work, and I like smaller stuff. The farm that I have on the Patron Save is a nice small farm. I have 4 fields on there. Well, 5 technically. Well, three fields and 2 grass pastures technically. I have, and they're small fields. I have a small farm on there, and I like that. Jobs are quick, and yeah, it's what I like doing, and I tend to progress away from it for some reason. So I think I see it as progress, and I don't know. I've got an idea in my head. For the vintage jokes that I might look at. But I need to make sure I don't turn it into more work for myself, because I'm really bad at that. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. So after another quick break, I have all the dogs around me as well. It's getting a common thing with getting these videos finished up. We're going to refill the seeder to get this field finished. I'm going to finish getting the grass headed out into hay. Actually, it's not taking that long. This little Linnut is an awesome tractor for that. Really glad that I brought this tractor. Haven't used it much, but it's been a really good addition to the farm. This would be a perfect little tractor for a modern small farm for me. Your front loader, 4-wheel steer, enough power to do small scale farming. It's something that I need to keep in mind as I move into FS25 and the things I want to do in FS25. So if you don't watch the Maize Plus Pig Farmer, one of the things I want to do more, because what I'm doing on there, and you may not like this feature and you can just ignore that as part of the save. One of the things that I do on there is I track the finances quite heavily, and I want to do that as part of how I play FS25 at some points. But the other thing I want to do is try and remember that I enjoy small farms, and not to try and grow too big too quickly, and seeing that as progress. And I need to try and manage that with the fact that I enjoy having financially viable farms. So maybe the way to do that is going to be through things like income generators and stuff. So investing the money that I make into things that will make money passively, so that, yeah, we can keep making money but not have to do more work. I don't know. Maybe that's the way to do it. We'll see. We've got course plate mowing the bigger grass field, just to keep work progressing so we can go forwards. And that's done. I've had course play planting the oilseed radish up in field 18. I'm now heading this to semi-dry grass so that when we bale it for silage, we can get more in the bales. This might end up going into the BGA in the end. But for now, we'll get bigger silage bales out of it, or more dense silage bales. They won't be bigger, but they'll have more grass in them. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully I can edit this into some coherent commentary. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this, click the like button. As always, comments, questions, and suggestions are welcome. I'm going to go dunk my head in some cold water, and we'll see you next time for more Valley of the Old Farm.